So we're going to take a look at the week 6 discussion and how to complete this discussion. The first thing you're going to need to do is click on the hyperlink to download an Excel file with your data set. So when you get your data set, this is what you're going to see. And what this is going to be the households with a certain range of income. Each column is a different range, and you'll notice it says percent distribution. So what that means is that in 2018, of the Hispanic origin householders in that year, 10.2% of them made under $15,000. So these values here are percentages, okay? Now, once you select the column that you want to work with, because the directions say collect a sample consisting of one column, then you're going to plan and describe a sampling plan, execute the sampling procedure, and then use those results to estimate the mean percent of people with a specific income bracket. So your first step is to choose a column. So let's say I'm going to choose the 25,000 to 35,000 column right here. There are a total, if I go all the way to the end of the file, of roughly 371 data points. We don't want to sample the whole population. So 371 is the population of values. We want to take a sample of that. So you're going to go back to what you understood from sampling, and you're going to either do a random sample where you use a random number generator and the percentages at those rows. If you had a 14, then I would go to row 14 and take 9.9 and put that in my sample. Or you could do a systematic sample where you're going to pick like every fifth value. You could do stratified sampling where you're choosing entire racial makeups as you're choosing that whole sample. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 breakdowns or stratified pieces that I can sample. I can take 12 and plug that into a random number generator, and then I would select all the values in those categories that it picked at random. So you can choose any sampling plan that you want. The idea is you don't have 371 values, you have a much smaller sample of values. What you're going to do is you're going to take all of those values and you're going to put them into Minitab. So all of your sample values will go directly into Minitab into one column because that is your sample. Now, what they're asking us to do is to estimate the mean percent of people. So all you're doing in Minitab is descriptive statistics on that column, and you're showing the mean. So this is not a hypothesis test. This is, though, putting together all the steps that we've done in previous weeks by getting your sampling done, having a solid sampling plan. Once you've selected your values in Minitab, you're going to put them in there, and you're just going to do descriptive statistics to find the mean. And then the mean that you find estimates that no matter what ethnicity they were, so it doesn't matter, this is roughly, or what year the data was taken, this is the mean percent of people that fell into this income bracket. So if I disregard the different segregations of the rows, the mean percentage that you're finding would be, if I discounted year and I discounted race, this is how many people make between 25,000 to 35,000 as a percent. So that is the week 6 discussion. Hopefully that clarifies things for you somewhat, because it's not a hypothesis test. So we're not trying to get into other things here. It's just a simple, straightforward mean, but the way you get the mean is going to be important because you have to use a sampling method.